What's up, YouTube? It's me. I'm back. I haven't done a Tilted at Windmills video in like almost a year. Windmills in the U.S.
There's definitely been that many tilting things in the
U.S. There's definitely been a lot of tilting things in the U.S., but not so many windmills. And the rule is you can't get tilted if there's no windmills. So
yeah, it's a big problem with the U.S. climate policy. Actually, we're so slow at building windmills that no one can get properly tilted about climate change. It just ends up being this whole kind of feedback loop.
But anyway, I'm here with Mehitabel Glenhaver, my good childhood friend.
Hi.
Who is also my adult friend.
And is also frequently tilted about things and sometimes in the presence of windmills.
And we just went apple picking, which is, I'm not opposed to mentioning things that I'm not tilted about in these videos. And I'm not tilted about the fact that we went apple picking. It's quite nice, actually. And we found this lovely windmill, so we could get tilted about other things. But I am tilted about one or two things.
Yeah.
For instance, they're like, okay, so look, so you can see there are like blazes. Yeah, so this is like a yellow blaze. There are like blue blazes. There are all sorts of blazes. And these blazes, there are white blazes and silver blazes. Except I'm not sure if there are silver blazes because they all look white. So I really wanted to get Jonagold apples, which are a silver blaze, and I very well might have gotten Jonagold apples. I just have no fucking clue. All right, to you. What are you tilted about?
Well, first of all, as a note from our sponsors, I want to say that Owen's mom told us to not give a bad name to Doe Orchard, so we're just like, say, woo, go Doe Orchards, great apples, great apple picking experience. I have no way tilted about Doe Orchards. But going back to windmills, the thing that I'm tilted about in U.S. climate policy is the 1971 Change in Climates Report, which was presented to U.S. Congress in 1971 based on the 1969 Declaration for U.S. Congress that U.S. Congress should look into the effects of carbon dioxide on the atmosphere of our planet. And in this report, a number of climate scientists were consulted to consider the effects of carbon on our planet, and the effects are basically pretty friggin' bad, Karen. But we also asked economist Thomas Schelling to weigh in on his opinions about the issue. And Thomas Schelling wrote in 1971 that in his professional opinion as an economist, because economics simply doesn't understand how to deal with the question of money spent in the future versus money spent now, it was therefore logical to do nothing about climate change since we simply had no understanding of how expensive people's money would be in the future, and maybe they would just come up with a cheaper way to solve it later, so ergo, we should just not do anything. The Climate's report was later used by U.S. Congress and a series of U.S. presidents, including George Bush, to justify continued non-action on climate change, including dismissing EPA reports on climate change as unnecessarily alarmist because they contradicted the economic ideas that had been espoused in the Change in Climates report. So I find that pretty friggin' tilting.
I was ready to be tilted about something that was slightly less intellectual, and I need to compose myself for a second, because I'm also tilted about that. I need to get back into the other tilting. What did I say? Okay, I'm tilted about pigs. I'm tilted. So, like, when you go around this orchard, and there are lots of apples that fall on the ground, and I think that there should be pigs that come around and eat the apples on the ground. I think that would be nice, and also pigs are nice. Probably one problem with this would be that there would be pig shit everywhere, but, like, I don't know. I feel like people can deal with that.
No, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say I'm actually tilted there's not just more pigs everywhere. Like, who even cares if there's apples for them to eat off the ground? I'm just kind of tilted that I can't walk outside of my house and just see, like, a cute pig just hanging out. I think we should actually have...
It's kind of funny that you say this, because this is actually a problem in Europe.
Yeah?
There are wild boars in the streets of, like, European cities.
Okay,
and that's
wild
actually...
boar is very different from ordinary pig.
Is that true?
I'm not talking about like 30 to 50 feral hogs on like the street ever. I'm just talking about like a single cute little pig, cute little tail that I see outside my doorstep.
Okay, I see. Like akin at the same level of danger as like a squirrel.
Yeah.
Like instead of squirrels, there should be pigs.
Yeah. You know what I'm tilted about squirrels? I'm tilted about the invasive eastern gray squirrel destroying native red squirrel populations in California by being larger and more aggressively committed to eating food the tourists drop for it to eat.
Huh. Wait. Interesting. Why? I feel like there's like not a sea border. Why would it be invasive on this time scale?
Oh God, you're gonna like ask me to like have a real opinion and knowledge. I'm being tilted, and I don't know, but I think it's because of the Rocky Mountains.
Okay, so like they've somehow managed to get over the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, I don't know who brought them there.
Some fucker brought gray squirrels over the Rocky Mountains. Okay, well, in any case, I haven't said anything about the windmill, and this video is actually going pretty long. Mehitabel and I had a lot of things tilted. I'm not really sure what the purpose of this windmill is. It's like, doesn't seem to be like a grinding windmill. It doesn't have a fun name in the Netherlands. Okay, I'm tilted that this, like in the Netherlands, the windmills have names like the Windhond and the Windotter, and this is just like
Do you think this might be
a big post.
irrigation windmill?
Could be an irrigation windmill.
You know what I'm tilted about is the depletion of the giant reservoir under the state of Oklahoma by irrigation windmills used in American agriculture in the Great Plains. There is a lake under Oklahoma that initially was around the size of Lake Michigan, which is where a huge amount of water for American agriculture comes from. But this water is becoming rapidly depleted. Use it for agriculture by polluting ground.
With windmills. Interesting. Wow, windmills. I used to like you. I thought you were so cool, but you betrayed me. All right, I'm tilted about that. I think this video has gone on long enough. Thanks you to our special guest, Mehitabel Gunhaver.
Bye, you two.
Thank you to this windmill. Thank you to Doe Orchards for sponsoring this video, but not really because they didn't sponsor. Thank you to Mama T for bringing us here, even though she didn't want to be in the video at first, but now she does. All right, goodbye, YouTube.